My name is Erin Cantrell, and today I will be giving my problem and solution speech. My speech will be on minimum wage. There is a big problem today with minimum wage. In today's society, the cost of living is so high compared to years before. It's the highest it's ever been. And I feel like the work that people do needs to amount to something at least to pay their bills. There's so many people who struggle to provide food, clothing, and shelter, which are basic necessities. These basic necessities need to be met. There are so many minimum wage workers out there who can't even afford to pay their light and water bill. Now, that's not even covering their cell phones, house phones. And we need cell phones. Let's face it, in today's society, you're going to have to be able to get in contact with. Your job's going to be able to contact you. You're going to be in contact with your family. You need a phone. That's another bill. That's more out of your check. Right now, minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. That's part-time, full-time, temporary, seasonal, any position. You're making $7.25 if you're working for minimum wage. This doesn't provide medical insurance. There's no benefits, no dental. If you're not getting it, that means your family's not getting it. So this 725 is getting smaller and smaller. Many families work and they still qualify for government assistance such as EBT, food stamps and welfare. And that says a lot. If you work a 40-hour week and you still need government assistance to provide groceries and basic everyday necessities, a 40-hour week at 725 will yield you a $290 check. Now you take out taxes and all the other deductions that these companies put in, and you're barely making $200. Who can live off $200 a week? Now, if you have kids and a family, who could really live off $200 a week? Not very many people can do it. It is a real struggle. And along with paying for all these light bills, groceries, you name it, you're going to have transportation needs. You're going to have a car. You're going to have to keep up your car. And then the mileage to and from, that's oil changes, tune-ups. That's coming out your check too. You're also going to have to pay for your gas. And let's face it, today, gas is high. You're looking at maybe $3 if you're lucky, less, depending on where you go. That's more out your check. Then you have days when you're going to be sick and you can't go to work. And like I said, there's no medical benefits, so that doctor bill's coming out your check. There's no pay for missed days if your child gets sick. So that 725 is looking smaller and smaller every time something comes up. You have to be prepared for what you're going to do with that $200 check from your 725 minimum wage. And then there's all the other things that you can't foresee, like breaking down on the side of the road, kids getting hurt, kids getting sick. There's a lot that goes into minimum wage workers' lives that isn't being looked at. They're just saying the cost of living, their rent, or their light and water. But there's so much more to pay for in today's world. So I propose that we raise the minimum wage. It's been suggested before, and I think this is the best solution. I believe if we pay minimum wage workers more, it'll decrease their stress and increase their productivity at work. I also think that they'll no longer need to stress about gas money. There'll be no more wondering where the next meal is going to come from because they're going to have enough money with that raised minimum wage. That's an extra $100 a week. That's a lot for where we're at. Now, if these companies that these minimum wage workers can make millions of dollars and live rich, lavish lives, then I think it's time that they start paying their employees for what they're worth. So let's get the minimum wage raised and let's start changing things. Thank you.